This is perhaps the most unforgettable episode of Tom and Jerry, especially for those who watched it as children, at a time when we had no concept of death, heaven, or hell. That's why this particular episode left many of us haunted for a long time.
The episode begins with a typical chase between Tom and Jerry, as usual. But then a turning point occurs. Tom is crushed by a falling piano. This time, instead of getting back up like always, Tom's soul immediately leaves his body and the gates of heaven begin to open. At the moment when Tom is standing on an escalator leading to the afterlife, viewers feel like they've entered another world.
There, Tom meets other cats who have shared similar fates, most memorably 3 little kittens who were stuffed into a sack and thrown into a river. The gatekeeper exclaims, "What a shame, what people won't do." The gatekeeper then explains to Tom that his life has been filled with misdeeds, especially his relentless pursuit and torment of Jerry. So if Tom wants to enter heaven, he must get Jerry's signature by the end of the day, an act that symbolizes final forgiveness. If he fails, Tom will face punishment in hell, where a fearsome devil version of Spike awaits him. Despite the difficulty, Tom eventually earns Jerry's forgiveness, only to wake up and realize it was all just a dream. But was it really just a dream?
Personally, I believe it was. First, the relationship between Tom and Jerry isn't clearly defined in terms of good versus evil. Tom is simply doing his job, catching the house mouse, while Jerry just wants to survive.
So in reality, heaven likely wouldn't condemn Tom. The entire dream episode is actually Tom's subconscious journey toward redemption. If you've seen the film Inception, you'll know that our minds consist of 2 parts, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind helps us make decisions when we're awake, while the subconscious takes over when we dream. When there's strong conflict between the two, it can harm the dreamer, potentially trapping them in a place called limbo, where they may never wake up. Relating this to the episode, even though catching mice is a cat's natural role, Tom's subconscious has long been burdened with guilt over constantly chasing Jerry. The internal conflict between Tom's conscious duty and his subconscious guilt is so strong that his mind creates a trial for him to pass. If he can't obtain Jerry's forgiveness, he might fall into the deepest level, limbo. The heaven gatekeeper represents Tom's conscience. The terrifying devil Spike symbolizes Tom's fear of the consequences if he keeps hunting Jerry. This episode serves as a way to affirm the goodness inside Tom. He never truly wanted to chase Jerry. He was just doing what he had to do as a cat. Otherwise, his owner would kick him out of the house.